Hello, everyone. Welcome to Yoga with Susan. Today's class, we will be building core strength. But to start with, let's get settled here. We're standing nice and tall in our mountain pose. We'll put one hand on our heart and the other hand on top. If you want, you can close your eyes. We'll take a nice long breath in through our nose and then sigh it out our mouth. Let's do that twice more, taking a breath in, sighing it out, and one more time. All right, we're going to sweep our arms up. We'll hold one of our wrists with the opposite side. So that's above my screen, so I'm just going to show you. I just have one wrist holding the other. We're going to think about going up and then over. So you're kind of pulling a little bit on your wrist, not a whole lot, just a little bit, pulling over to the side, coming back to the middle, and then we'll do the other side, going up and over to the other side, and back to the middle. We're going to come into a forward fold. We're just going to hang forward here, letting your head hang down, maybe holding opposite side elbows. You can have a bend in your knees, maybe kind of swaying side to side here a little bit. And then we'll slowly roll back on up to standing. We're going to come to the top of our mat so we have room to bring our legs back behind us. We'll inhale, bringing our arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Let's come halfway up with a flat back. And now this next time we're going to bend our knees, put our hands down on the mat, step back with one foot and then the other. And here we are in plank pose. Plank pose is going to be our friend today here while we're building core strength. We're going to move between plank and downward dog by lifting our hips up. So downward dog, we're like upside down V. And then shifting back into plank, which is like the top of a push-up. Let's do that a couple times. We'll exhale into downward facing dog and inhale into plank. Let's do it 3 more times. So we have our downward dog, and then we have our plank. And again, shifting your weight back for the downward dog and forward for the plank. Let's do it one more time. Exhaling downward dog and inhaling plank. We're going to put our knees down on the mat and lower down. So we're coming into locust pose next. We have our arms alongside our body. Our hands are pointed back, our toes are pointed back. We're rising up, lifting our shoulders up off of the mat and lifting our toes up. Locust pose. Let's put that back down. We'll move back through plank and then back to downward facing dog. Let's hold our down dog here for a little bit. We'll bend one knee, straighten the other, then switch. Switching which knee is bent and which knee is straight. Let's do that again. And we'll do it one more time each side with walking our dog. And then we'll walk on up to our hands and roll up to standing. All right, coming back here into our mountain pose. We're going to do chair pose next, bending our knees, making sitting in an invisible chair here. Maybe sitting a little bit lower in our chair. All right, we'll stand back up. We're coming back into the chair. We're going to do twisting chair. So we'll put our hands at our heart. And I think twisting chair works best if your knees are close together. We're going to twist to the side. Now, if you're not too far down here in your chair, you're not going to be able to get your elbow to your knee because you'll be too far away. So you kind of have to be kind of low in your chair. There you go, nice and low. And then we're twisting to the side. And only twist as much as feels good for you. You don't want to like yank into this twist. So maybe your elbow is on the outside knee, or maybe you can twist a little further and cross your elbow over to the other knee. It doesn't really matter. Or maybe you can't get so low, maybe your elbow's not even on your knee. We're going to come back to the mountain. Here we are in our mountain. And then we're going to do the other side. Let's come into our chair. All right, we're going to put our hands to our heart. We're going to twist the other way now. So we're twisting nice and slow. You're not cranking into it, just a nice, easy little twist. And again, you don't have to cross your elbow to the other knee. You can leave it on the closer knee. Or if you want, you can see if you can get a little more into that twist. And then let's stand back up. Coming back to the top of our mat. We're going to inhale, sweeping our arms up. Exhale with a swan dive down. Inhale, halfway up. Now putting our hands down, stepping back into that plank again. This time when we're in plank, we're going to see if we can lift up our left foot. So you have one foot down, one foot lifted up. We'll put that foot back down. Let's lift up our right foot. We'll put that down. Let's do each side again. So you're in your plank, lifting up one foot, putting it back down, and then the other side, back down, lowering down your knees, coming down to the mat, and again we're coming into locust, rising up in your locust shape, and then we'll put our hands back down on the mat, tuck our toes, coming back into plank, and then back into downward facing dog. Okay, we're going to lift up our left leg. And we'll bring our knee towards our nose, shifting our weight forward. Let's come back into the three-legged dog, lifting up our left leg again. Shifting our weight forward, knee to nose. One more time, let's come into that three-legged dog. Now this time when we come forward with our knee towards our nose, we'll put our foot between our hands and lower our back. So here we are now in low lunge. All right. Let's take a few breaths here in our low lunge. Then we're going to lift our arms up. We're going to make a T shape. Sorry, I have to scooch over a little bit because I'm hitting my wall. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so here we are, a T shape. And then we're going to see if we can turn this T shape to the side. And then back to the middle. Let's see if we can turn it to the other side. Back to the middle. We'll lower our hands down, framing our foot. Untucking that back toe, lifting up our knee and coming back into downward facing dog. All right, we're going to do the other side now, lifting up our right leg, bringing our knee towards our nose, shifting our weight forward, and then back up, three-legged dog. And that one more time, another time, and dog, and now this is one more time, bringing our knee towards our nose, putting our foot between our hands, lowering the back knee, and here we are again, low lunge. All right, excellent. Very good, everyone. Let's bring our arms up. We're going to make that, sorry, to move over again. We're going to make that T shape again. And then we're going to turn to the side. All right, very nice. Coming back to the middle and turning to the other side. Back to the middle, putting our hands down, framing our foot, untucking that back toe, stepping back into downward facing dog. Okay, we'll take just a few breaths here in downward dog. And then we'll shift back into plank. The pose of the day is plank. We're going to hold plank now for the count of 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lowering our knees, lowering the rest of ourselves. Arms go back, rising up into locust pose again. And then putting your hands down by your shoulders, tucking your toes, coming into plank again. And then downward dog. And then we'll walk our feet towards our hands and come back up into standing. All right, very good, excellent. We'll just take a couple breaths here in our mountain pose. We're going to sweep our arms up. We're going to exhale, swan dive down. Coming halfway up. Now this time we're going to do the forward fold, maybe putting our peace sign fingers around our big toes. Maybe you can have your fingers around your big toes and maybe your elbows come out to the side in your forward fold. Or maybe you can slide your palms under your feet. So if you can put your palms under your feet. Maybe you can give your wrists a massage with your toes. Oh, very good. If your hands are under your feet, you can take them off and we'll sweep back up. Coming back to our mountain pose. We're coming back to the top of our mat again. Okay, all right. We're going to inhale, sweeping our arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway up. Putting both hands down on the mat. Stepping back with one foot and then the other. We're in plank again. We're going to put both of our feet together behind us and shift our both heels to the left. And raise our right arm up. So we're in side plank. If you want, you can lower your knee that's on the bottom. Makes it way easier. All right, side plank. Either with your feet stacked or this modified version. All right, beautiful. Let's come back to our plank pose. We'll put our feet together back behind us, shifting both heels now to the right and lifting up our left arm. And again, if you want, you can do the modified version of the side plank. And we'll hold that just a little bit more. And then we'll come back to our regular plank. And we're going to come back into downward dog. We'll walk our feet up and rise back into our mountain pose. Okay, so now what we're going to do is crow pose. Oh, all right, I like to start my crow pose in a squat. So coming into a squat, if you're able to, hands at your heart. I think I'm going to face this way for this one. All right. So say you're in a squat. You can put your hands down where they're kind of far apart, so they're almost to the edges of your mat here. And then what we're going to do, we're going to see if we can get our knees into our armpits. And then we're going to put our feet underneath us together. So our feet are together. We're going to see if we can look forward a little bit and then maybe lift up one of our feet, maybe put it down, lift up the other one, put it down. If you're able to, lifting up both feet at the same time, or just one at a time again. Lifting one and then the other. All right, very good. And then we'll just have a seat down on the mat. Excellent. Good job. All right. Well, since we're working on our core, let's do the boat. Oh, the boat is a great one for a core thing. So we're sitting here on our sit bones. We'll have our hands alongside our body to start with, and we'll lift up our feet. Now you can always just do your boat like this, or if you want, you can extend your arms so they're on the outside of your legs. And if you want, you can straighten your legs. So this is the more regular way to do boat, but you can always change it however you want to do your boat. All right, so coming to your favorite boat pose, we're going to pretend we have a ball, like a beach ball. We're holding this beach ball. We're going to bring it to one side, and then we'll bring it over to the other side while you're staying in your boat pose. One side and the other. Oh, let's do it one more time with this beach ball. Oh, one more time. All right, very good. And then we're going to lay down on our back and just kind of rock side to side. Oh, very nice. Let's bring our knees around in a circle. Our hands are on our kneecaps. We're going around a few times. And then we'll go the other way around. All right, let's have our arms out like a T shape. Again, I'm like running into the wall again. All right, we have our arms out like a T shape with our hands down on the ground. We're going to bring both of our knees. Let's bring them both over to the right. So you're not lifting up your upper back or your shoulders or your head. You're just bringing your knees over to the side. Maybe your knees can reach the ground, but if they don't, that's okay. Maybe they're up. Maybe you want to put a block or something under your knees. But if you're able to, maybe your knees do come to the ground. And say your knees are to the right, you can look to the left. You could turn your head the opposite way of your knees. And then we'll come back to the middle. We're going to keep our arms as they are in a T shape with our palms into the ground. And then this time, bringing both knees in and then both knees over to the left. And again, it's fine if they don't reach the ground, but you're keeping your upper back and shoulders on the ground. And then we're going to turn our head the opposite way, only if that feels okay on your neck. You can turn your head to the right if your knees are to the left. And then we'll come back to the middle. All right, very nice. We're going to do the bridge pose next. So for bridge, our knees are bent, our feet are on the ground. And when you're doing bridge pose, try to make sure your knees are in line with your body. You don't want your knees splaying out to the side. You want them in line with your body. And we're going to just lift our hips up into the air. If you want, you can interlace your fingers under your back. Maybe roll your shoulders under a little. Get a little higher bridge. We're gonna feel like we're pushing down with our left foot. And we're going to try to lift our right leg up. All right, that makes it a little harder. Let's put that right foot down and lift our left leg up. And we'll put that down, and then we'll lower it back down. All right. Do the bridge one more time. Maybe bringing your feet in a little closer to your body. Lifting your hips up, interlacing your fingers, rolling your shoulders under. If you want to lift up one leg and then the other, feel free. Otherwise, we can just stay here in our bridge for a little bit. And then we'll lower back down. We're going to come into happy baby pose. So for happy baby, you can hold the outside edges of your feet, or you can hold to the backs of your thighs. If you're holding the outside edges of your feet, see if you can get your elbows on the inside of your knees for happy baby. And we'll hold this just for a little bit today. If you want, you can rock a little bit, rocking your little happy baby here. Oh, that's so nice. And then we'll come into a nice, still, happy baby. And then let's come into a little ball, taking a breath in. And exhaling, getting nice and long now on our mat here for our resting pose. We'll take a breath in through our nose and sigh it out, melting into the earth. Let's, like we did at the beginning, let's put one hand on our heart, the other hand can be on top. And we'll take a nice long breath through our nose and sigh it out. Let's do that one more time. All right. Feel free to stay here in Shavasana for as long as you want. If you're done, we'll roll to one side and we'll come up to seated. Let's bring our arms up on an inhale. And on an exhale, we'll bring our hands to our heart. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you come again to Yoga with Susan. Namaste. Thank you all. Bye now.